The first item of the agenda is the opening statement by Mr. Parízek, State Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign and European Affairs of Slovakia and Special Representative of the Minister for the Slovak OSCE Chairmanship 2019. Please be informed that State Secretary will have to leave us at 11:15, 11:20 due to other arrangements. Dear colleagues, now I invite Mr. Parízek to deliver his opening statement. State Secretary, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Ambassador, for passing the floor. Good morning, Excellencies, distinguished ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen. Let me very kindly welcome you at the first meeting of this forum in 2018, which is also a first session of the FSC under the Slovak chairmanship. On this special occasion, I would like to commend Serbia for its excellent work as the previous FSC chair. At the same time, I use the opportunity to welcome Slovenia to the FSC Troika. As of the 1st of January, Slovakia has become a member of the OSCE Troika steered by the new Italian chairmanship in office and has entered an intensive period with 2 chairmanships ahead of us this year. One of them is chairing of the Mediterranean Contact Group and the other is chairmanship in the FSC. Although it is a challenging task, I am sure that we will also serve as a preparation in the run-up of the 2019 for the Slovak chairmanship. The OSCE, as the only cooperative security organization, continues to be essential for peace in Europe. In our current globalized and interconnected world, we face challenges that cannot be addressed individually, but rather through sincere dialogue and cooperation. Peaceful settlement is the only solution to the ongoing conflicts in Europe. Unfortunately, the lack of genuine dialogue combined with the absence of political will to cope with these challenges are the reasons that hold us back. Please allow me to be a bit more personal. For any chairmanship, the most challenging issue is a proper level of ambition. In other words, what we can expect to achieve during our tenure. Personally, I think this is a unique opportunity to move on with frozen issues realistically, checking against our capabilities. As a good example, I can use a very recent achievement when the UN General Assembly passed a resolution on the UN reform on peace and security mediated by Slovakia and Rwanda. Slovakia has therefore very decent ambitions to coordinate and materialize our common effort. This, however, is only feasible with a proper support and readiness for compromise of all of us. One remark that is relevant to Slovakia's geographical position. As an immediate neighbor, we remain to be gravely distressed by the situation in eastern Ukraine. Prevailing violence, regular civilian casualties, concentrations of heavy weapons and armed forces in the close proximity across the contact line are of great concern. We will support any feasible political proposals that will lead to peaceful settlement in Donbass, allowing civilians in this region to return to their normal lives. We have always viewed the OSCE as an irreplaceable international security organization, and I reaffirm Slovakia's full support to the OSCE and its role as a pillar of the international rules-based order and an essential element for continued peace and security in Europe. In light of our OSCE chairmanship in 2019, and as a part of the OSCE Troika, Slovakia will strive for respect of the principles and values of the Helsinki Final Act. I invite all for pragmatic engagement on common challenges and sincere dialogue. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, allow me now briefly introduce Slovakia's priorities for the spring season of the Forum for Security Cooperation. First, the work on modernization of the Vienna document will be one of the key priorities of Slovakia's FSC chairmanship. The need to update one of the most important pillars of the first dimension of the OSCE has become apparent on numerous occasions. Most recently, the informal working group on the structured dialogue revealed that modernizing existing CSBMs that are in place under the Vienna document is a viable avenue in our endeavors to reduce tensions, de-escalate worrying security situations, and bridge diverging threat perceptions. Additionally, calls for such an update were also voiced on numerous occasions at the FSC working groups in the past recent years. Recognizing the urgency of this matter and in light of these recent developments, the Slovak chairmanship will aspire to facilitate and further advance the discussions on the state of the Vienna document. Pursuant to last year's Ministerial Council decision number 10/17 on small arms and light weapons and stockpiles on conventional ammunition, Slovak chairmanship will dedicate one security dialogue to international projects in the field of SALV and SCA. In view of this year's third review conference on the UN Programme of Action, an international landmark document guiding regional efforts fighting the threat presented by SALV, the Slovak chairmanship will set aside one security dialogue to discuss the preparation of this conference as well as the programme of action. In agreement with the Italian OEC chairmanship, we have decided to devote the joint meeting of the Permanent Council and the Forum for Security Cooperation to an essential topic of the Slovak chairmanship, which is the security sector governance and reform. The joint meeting of the OEC's two principal decision-making bodies, bringing together both military and non-military aspects of security, presents a unique opportunity to discuss the comprehensive nature of the SSGR and its relevance across the conflict cycle. The OEC has a distinguished role in conflict prevention as much as post-conflict rehabilitation and is increasingly gaining recognition for working towards a more coherent approach to SSGR, which is Slovakia's and has Slovakia's continuous and full support. Bearing in mind recent developments within the informal working group on the structured dialogue, the Slovak chairmanship will also dedicate one security dialogue to highlighting the importance of the reliability of military information and illustrating the furtherance of transparency in this field as a crucial measure to reduce risks stemming from misinterpretation of shared military information. We all agree that reliability and correctness are the main parameters to build trust and confidence among the OEC participating states. One of the security dialogues will focus on international efforts to tackle the illicit spread of weapons of mass destruction that complement the OEC's endeavors to create a safe and secure environment in the OEC region. To this end, one FSC plenary meeting will shed some light on the work of our Viennese neighbors, the Preparatory Commission for the Comprehensive Nuclear Test Ban Treaty Organization, and its contribution to the non-proliferation of nuclear weapons. Another session of the FSC agenda we plan to dedicate to regional synergy in military affairs. As a member of the Visegrad Group, Slovakia will aspire to familiarize other participating states with the defense cooperation between Slovakia, Hungary, Czech Republic, and Poland. The Common Sky project that was recently endorsed by both Slovak and Czech defense ministers will serve as a tangible example for our regional endeavor. Finally, during our FSC chairmanship, the annual implementation assessment meeting will also take place on the 27th and 28th of February. AIAM is one of the most important platforms where participating states have the opportunity to review the efficiency of our system of confidence and security building measures. The results of AIAM will hopefully stimulate discussions on the state of the Vienna document and clarify to what extent modernization of this pillar of the OEC is really needed. Excellencies, distinguished ambassadors, ladies and gentlemen, in agreement with the FSC Troika members and the OEC Conflict Prevention Center, allow me to announce the following FSC coordinators and their mandates. Colonel Dr. László Satmári as FSC Coordinator for projects of small arms and light weapons and stockpiles on conventional ammunition. Colonel Hans-Georg Lüber as Coordinator of the FSC Chair for the Vienna document. Dr. Isa Givarelli as a FSC Coordinator on matters relating to UNSCR 1325. Lieutenant Commander Vucic Bošković as FSC Coordinator for the Code of Conduct on political-military aspects of security. Mr. Luis Manuel Questa, FSC Coordinator on non-proliferation issues. Lieutenant Colonel Vil Putu as Chairperson of the informal group of Friends on Small Arms and Light Weapons. Ms. Tiffany Jouffroux as Chef de File of the FSC for the 2018 Annual Security Review Conference. We are grateful to all the contributors and coordinators for volunteering to undertake these very important tasks. Likewise, let me thank the CPC and its director, Marcel Peško, and also the FSC support section for their invaluable assistance in planning this FSC chairmanship. Thank you. In conclusion, I would like to emphasize our determination to carry out the FSC chairmanship in the spirit of inclusiveness, transparency, and cooperation. We look forward to stimulating the constructive discussions on various issues pertaining to European security, and we are very much looking forward to working and cooperating with you in the upcoming months. I thank you very much for your attention.